Welcome to the Disciplines and Ideas in Social Sciences instructional video series. Our topic is about the emergence of the social sciences in the different disciplines. Let me introduce a bit about social science, natural science, and humanities. Social science is any discipline or branch of science that deals with human behavior and its social and cultural aspects. The social sciences include cultural or social anthropology, sociology, social psychology, political science, and economics. Also frequently included are social and economic geography, and those areas of education that deal with the social context of learning and the relation of the school to the social order. Natural science, on the other hand, is a branch of science concerned with the description, prediction, and understanding of natural phenomena based on empirical from observation and experimentation. Natural science can be divided into two main branches, such as life science and physical science. Life science is alternatively known as biology, and physical science is subdivided into branches such as physics, chemistry, astronomy, and earth science. These branches of natural science may be further divided into more specialized branches, also known as fields. As empirical sciences, natural sciences use tools from the formal sciences, such as mathematics and logic, converting information about nature into measurements which can be explained as clear statements of the laws of nature. Humanities are defined as any study of the human culture. They include the study of art, music, theater, history, philosophy, sociology, law, literature, language, basically anything having to do with human experience. And the humanities are mankind's attempt to answer the questions: what does it mean to be human? And what is the meaning of life? Well, let's take a look at the definitions of the aforementioned disciplines of science. First, social science. Social science is the field of human knowledge that deals with all aspects of the group life of human beings. Natural science is a branch of science that seeks to elucidate or clearly explains the rules that govern the natural world by using the empirical and scientific method. When we say empirical method, that is the way of gaining knowledge by means of direct and indirect observation or experience, while scientific method is a method of investigation in which a problem is first identified and observations and experiments and other relevant data are used to construct that purport to solve it. Subject areas for natural science are physics, chemistry, biology, earth science, and astronomy. Humanities are academic disciplines that study the human condition using methods that are primarily analytical, critical, or speculative. Ancient and modern languages, visual and performing arts, such as music theater arts, literature, history, philosophy, and religion. We are now on the nature and functions of social science disciplines. First, anthropology. Anthropology refers to the study of humans. As a social science discipline, it examines all aspects of human life and culture. It seeks to understand human origins and adaptation and the diversity of cultures and worldviews. Second, economics. Economics studies the production, distribution, exchange, and consumption of goods and services. The term may also refer to the financial aspects of something, as in the economics of managing a business. It deals with the optimum allocation of scarce resources among its alternatives to satisfy the unlimited human wants and needs of the people. Economists study the ways individuals and groups such as governments, firms, and nations allocate resources including money, buildings, land, time, tools, and know-how to satisfy needs and wants. Third, geography. Geography is the science of place. It is the social science that studies the distribution and arrangement of all elements of the Earth's surface. Geography studies not only the surface of the Earth, but also the location and distribution of its physical, as well as cultural features, the patterns that they form, and the interrelation of these things as they affect people. It deals especially with the relationship between the environment of the Earth's surface and humans, which involves both physical and cultural geographic features. Fourth, history. History is a study of the past, principally how it relates to humans. It describes or narrates and analyzes human activities in the past and the changes that these had undergone. In its broadest sense, history is the totality of all past events. However, a more realistic limitation of its area of inquiry would be the known past. History deals with events which have happened among mankind, including an account of the rise and fall of nations, as well as of other great changes which have affected the political and social condition of the human race. Fifth, linguistics. Linguistics is the scientific study of language and its structure. It involves the description of languages, the investigation of their origin, the inquiry of how children acquire language, and how individuals learn languages other than their own. Linguistics also deals with the relationships between or among languages and with the manner languages change over time. Linguistics seeks to explain how is a particular language's knowledge system structured, how it is acquired, how it is used in the assembly and understanding of messages, and how it changes over time. The subject is also concerned with some questions about the nature of language. What properties do all human languages have in common? How do languages differ? And to what extent are the differences systematic? Example, can we find patterns in the differences? What is the nature of the cognitive processes that come into play when we produce and understand language? Sixth, political science. Political science is a social science discipline that studies system of government and the analysis of political activity and behavior. It is the systematic study of politics. By the application of empirical and generally scientific methods of analysis, political science systematically studies governance. It is the systematic study of and reflection upon politics. By politics, we mean that which typically defines the processes by which people and institutions exercise and resist power. Political processes are employed to form policies, influence individuals and institutions, and organize societies. Seventh, psychology. Psychology is the scientific study of behavior and mental processes. It is the scientific study of behavior and the mind. There are three elements in this definition. First, it emphasizes that psychology is a scientific enterprise that obtains knowledge through systematic and objective methods of observation and experimentation. Second, it studies behavior, which denotes any action or reaction that can be measured or observed, such as the blink of an eye, or an increase in heart rate, or the unruly violence that often erupts in a mob. Third, psychology study the mind, which stands for both conscious and unconscious mental states. These states cannot actually be seen, only inferred from observable behavior. The science of the mind and behavior, it involves the study of all aspects of conscious and unconscious experience, as well as thought. The term psychology comes from the two Greek words psyche, which means breathe, spirit, or soul, and logos, the study of. 8. Sociology. Sociology is the scientific study of human social relations or group life. It primarily deals with social interaction or the responses of persons to each other. Social interaction is arguably the basic sociological concept, as it is the rudimentary component of all relationships and groups that compose human society. Subjects of inquiry is in sociology include the ways in which social structure and institutions, such as class, family, community, and power, and social problems such as crime and abuse, affect society. Finally, demography. Demography is the interdisciplinary study of the size, growth, and distribution of human populations. It examines statistics such as births, deaths, income, or the incidence of disease, which illustrate the changing structure of human populations. Main areas of inquiry include human population dynamics and human population change. It also involves the study of the structure of populations and how populations change over time due to births, deaths, migration, and aging. This time we are heading to branches of natural science. First, earth science. Earth science, also known as geoscience, is an all-embracing term for the sciences related to the planet Earth, including geology, geophysics, geochemistry, climatology, glaciology, meteorology, and oceanography. Second is physics. Physics deals with the structure of matter and the interactions between the fundamental constituents of the observable universe. In the broadest sense, physics from the Greek physikos is concerned with all aspects of nature on both the microscopic and submicroscopic levels. Its scope of study encompasses not only the behavior of objects under the action of given forces, but also the nature and origin of gravitational, electromagnetic, and nuclear force fields. Its ultimate objective is the formulation of a few comprehensive principles that bring together and explain all such disparate phenomena. Third, chemistry. Chemistry is the scientific discipline involved with elements and compounds composed of atoms, molecules, and ions. Their composition, structure, properties, behavior, and the changes they undergo during a reaction with other substances. In the scope of its subject, chemistry occupies an intermediate position between physics and biology. It is sometimes called the central science because it provides a foundation for understanding both basic and applied scientific disciplines at a fundamental level. Fourth, astronomy. Astronomy encompasses the study of all extraterrestrial objects and phenomena. Until the invention of the telescope and the discovery of the laws of motion and gravity in the 17th century, astronomy was primarily concerned with noting and predicting the positions of the sun, moon, and planets, originally for calendrical and astrological purposes, and later for navigational uses and scientific interest. Notwithstanding, finally we are dealing with academic disciplines of humanities. Primarily, philosophy. Literally, the term philosophy is derived from the Greek words philos, or loving, and sophia, or wisdom, which means the love of wisdom. Philosophy analyzes the foundations and presuppositions underlying other disciplines. Philosophy investigates and studies the underpinnings of science, art, and theology. Next, performing arts. Performing arts refers to forms of art in which artists use their voices, bodies, or inanimate objects to convey artistic expression. It is different from visual arts, which is when artists use paint, canvas, or various materials to create physical or static art objects. Performing arts include a range of disciplines which are performed in front of a live audience. Lastly, we have language. Language is a system of conventional spoken, manual or signed, or written symbols by means of which human beings, as members of a social group and participants in its culture, express themselves. So with that, the functions of language include communication, the expression of identity, play, imaginative expression, and emotional release. So finally, it's activity time. Simply answer or discuss the following exercises. Activity 1.1. Choose the correct answer from the given options. What are the contributions of social science that help develop and achieve modern human society? Activity 2.1. Discuss the similarities and differences of social science, natural science, and humanities. Activity 2.2. Write the functions of each of the social science discipline you have learned from this lesson and discuss how they affect communities. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the lessons that I have lined up for you. Please join me next time. Barak Allah Fek. May God bless you.